Cheltenham at Boyle Sports. Bring it on.
The Supreme Novices Hurdle is, again, it seems wide open here. Willie Mullins is very sweet, Ted, on Mellon, and only one run this season, and the timings wouldn't suggest that he did anything fantastic, but they said, look, at home, this horse is doing everything right, and they're really excited about him.
You'd have to respect that. I mean, if you can't respect a man with Willie Mullins' reputation and know-how, I mean, there's no point. Willie Mullins has said he loves this horse. He's working really well. He thinks he's a huge chance. He's produced the likes of Vatour and Duvan to win it as well. He doesn't say he's as good as them. He wouldn't have to be. But I mean, if you respect Willie Mullins, you back this horse. Yeah. If you ignore Willie Mullins and just look at what you saw at Leopardstown, you question it.
Okay.
Because he won a very ordinary maiden hurl, albeit he won it in a canter, and he's only had one run over hurls. But you're either in the Willie Mullins camp and you take it Willie Mullins at face value and you back this horse, or you ignore Willie Mullins.
Exactly, and Ruby's choice as well. I mean, and Willie says if Ruby, I mean, there's no decision to be made here that's the horse that he has to go for, despite.
Yeah, I thought Bunk Off Early was one that ran well the last day at Leopardstown, over 2 1/4 and was very impressive at Christmas. But the fact that they've rode in with Mellon, he's taking care of him at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know, Joseph, as well. Like, I mean, Mellon, as Ted said, you know, for a punter watching that race at Leopardstown, you say, okay, the time was only so. What can we really know about it? 3-1 seems very short about a horse with one run.
Yeah, I suppose if there's no doubt that if Willie hasn't been as confident about him as he is, he probably should be at least twice the price that he is. But I think he was in training last year. He's had a couple of schooling races more than likely. And when Willie is as positive about him and as confident about him as he is, you can't not take note. Moonracer's another horse there. Robbie was just saying, not sure if he runs here. There's talk of the champion hurdle.
Yeah, but that's him anyway.
Yeah, if he lined up, he's a good horse. He had plenty of runs over hurdles, plenty of experience. And maybe Paul Nicholls' horse each way, move with the times. A horse that's getting better. He had excuses for his runs early on in the year. And he could sneak a place. But I suppose it's very hard to go against Willie Mullins when he's as confident about Mellon as he is.
Like, Robbie, it seems that Neon Wolf is going to go for the Neptune unless the ground is very soft, they're saying. And if that horse runs as a Supreme, though, I mean, he'd have to be a serious factor there as well.
Yeah, he'd be a massive contender, but with the forecast the way it is, I'd say at the worst Cheltenham's going to be good to soft.
Okay, so he definitely goes the Neptune.
He'll go Neptune, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I personally think the pipes are mad if they run Moonracer in a champion hurdle. I think Moonracer would take. I'm not saying he's not good enough, but a novice that's a 4-1 favourite for the Supreme Novices Hurdle is highly unlikely to win a champion hurdle, as open as the champion hurdle is. If he was even money favourite or 6-4 unfavoured for the Supreme, you'd say, okay, go for the champion. But he's not that much of a standout favourite for the Supreme. He's battled hard and he won the bumper. He knows his way around Cheltenham. I think the Supreme Novices race from him. I think he'd take plenty of beating it. Yeah,
Moonracer, he's a 4-1 shot for the Supreme, Leon. I mean, I think he's only a 10-1 shot for the champion hurdle. So
yeah, look, there's no doubt he's a talented horse. He's had plenty of problems, and they've minded him. I'd say he takes a lot of work just to get right, and get to the track. I'd agree with Robbie. I think he will line up in the first race. I don't think they're going to go to champion hurdle with him. Mellon is 3-1 now. I actually think, to be fair, he could be a little bit bigger on the day because
if Moonracer's declared.
Well, of course, if he's declared. I mean, if Moonracer's not declared and Neon Wolf is in the Neptune, then Mellon's going to be a lot shorter because you've got the 3 joint favourites there. Mellon's 3-1, the other 2 are 4-1. But I think all the bookies take each other on the first day, and especially the first race. I think there will be a bit of value out there about Mellon. I'd be willing to just take him on because he's only had the one run. Look, Willie Mullins is very bullish about him. I like Moonracer. I thought when Moonracer came up against Ballyandy, Perth never thought they'd get them 2 horses up there, but they both took each other on, and I just liked the attitude of Moonracer that day. Ballyandy was good in the handicap hurdle at Newbury. Move with the Times was second to him, but out of the lot of them, I take Moonracer if he lines up in the race.
Boyle Sports will give you money back if your horse finished 2nd or 3rd to the SP favourite, or if your horse falls at the first or last jump on every race at Cheltenham. Plus, bet €10 with Boyle Sports today and get €30 in free bets. Cheltenham at Boyle Sports. Bring it on.